Hello folks, in this video you will see Apsona's new feature, Merge Mail. You can now do an email merge, a document merge, and a combination of email and document merge. We all know what an email and document merge does, essentially taking your data and mashing it with your template. In Apsona, you have two options to do Merge Mail. One with an Apsona report, and two from within any Salesforce object in Apsona. When you do a merge mail from a report, there are several advantages. You can choose data fields from multiple objects, and you also get to include fields with metrics. So aggregate fields like donation sum, last donation date, or the highest donation can also be included in the report. So for example, if you need to send a tax deductible letter to your donors for their contributions in a calendar year, you can use the aggregate field donation sum, incorporate this field in your template, and send it off. Another example is if you want to do thank you letters to all your donors who have attended an event and made a contribution. The second option of doing a merge mail is arbitrarily selecting a few data records and sending it from within the object itself. For example, if you'd like to send a few donors a birthday greeting, you can quickly run an email merge from the contacts object without having to run a report. So now let us look at both the options. We'll start by doing an email merge. So here I am in the donation contact role object, and these are my reports. And I want to send a tax letter to some of my donors. Before we start, let's go and see the template. And let's go to Setup and go to Communication Templates and click on Email Templates. And Apsona will recognize all the existing templates you already have, and you do not have to recreate them. So this is the template I created. And when you look at the template, you will see that these fields are the Salesforce generated merge fields like this. And these fields are enclosed with two curlies at the beginning of the field name and two curlies at the end. So this was deliberately done to show that Apsona recognizes both these syntaxes. So you can either choose the Salesforce merge fields with the curly bang, or just enclose the field name with two curlies at the beginning and the two curlies at the end. Also notice the field names in the template. You can choose to name the field any way you like. In Salesforce templates and also with some competing products, if there is a mismatch of the field name in the template, there is the behavior changes. It doesn't behave properly. So this doesn't happen with Apsona. You do not have to match what is in Salesforce, the field name, or you do not have to have an exact match of the field name in the Apsona report as well. So I have chosen first and to for the first name, and city as mailing city, I've changed it to just city. And this is an aggregate field from the donation object, and these are fields from the contact object. So now let's go to the report and send this email merge. I run the report, and these are the fields in my report. Again, I have changed some of the field names with new labels. This was mailing address, I changed it to address, and this was mailing zip code, I changed it to zip. So here is the merge mail button. When you click on it, a pop-up appears, and now you have three options. You can either do a mail merge, where you merge the data records of the report into an email template and send each resulting email to a corresponding email address. You can do a document merge, where you merge the data records from the report into a document template and download the results as a zip file. And you can also do an email and document merge, which merge the data records into an email template and a document template, and send each resulting email to a corresponding email address with the document attached. So let's select email merge, and click on next. And the email template to be used, so we click the drop down and you see all the available email templates in Salesforce. Choose the right one, and this is the email address field. When you click this, you will see all the email address fields. If you have more than one email address field in your report, it will also show up here. So let's select the email, and this is a reply to address, where this field is the reply to field in all the outbound email messages. So this is also filled, and let's click on next. And here on the left are all the merge fields in the template. What Apsona has done is it has taken apart the template and pulled out all the merge fields. It parses out the email template and pulls out all the merge fields. Each field should now be matched to a corresponding field in the report. So this was amount, and we have to match it with amount sum. And you can see that the merge fields and the fields in the report are totally different. So you just do a match. Mailing zip to address. Today's date is a system field to today's date, and zip to zip. I'd done this earlier, so the match has already been done. And now I click on next, and here you have some options for logging. You can choose to not log anything, no activity to this email batch, or you can also choose to set a field value for a set of fields. As this is the donation contact role object, from this drop down you will see all the checkbox fields and date fields in this object. So if you need to set a field to a certain date, like the date the email was sent, and you have a field in the object, it will be updated to the current date and time. So here, if you want to set the primary to yes, then you can choose this option. You can also choose to add a task. Now this report is run from the donation contact role object, but you can still add a task to each contact if you choose the contact ID field in the report. So as we have chosen the contact ID field, let's add a task. Let's say tax letter sent. And you can choose the task status. And if you need a reminder in a few days, you can choose that as well. If you check this box, this is only for testing your email template, and all the emails will be sent only to this address, regardless of the email addresses in the data records. And this is a great way if you want to test your merge templates. And here it says the number of records which will be processed in this batch. And now let's click on finish, and you download the results. And if the email has reached the recipient, it will show as success. And what we could do is close this off and go to the email and check. So here you see all the fields got picked up, and this was the aggregate sum, amount aggregate sum, donation sum. So that's how you send an email merge from a report. As you can see that there's a lot of flexibility which is not offered in competing products. In competing products, you require exact matches between the data field name and in the report and the template. There has to be an exact match. And here there is no need to copy the field from the report and paste it in the template. So the template author has no constraints in Apsona. So now let's go to the contacts object, and we can also do a quick search for one of the contacts to see if the task was attached. Let's click on tasks, and here you see the tax records email was sent. So that's how you send email merge from a report. Now let's send an email merge from the object itself. I'm in the contacts object and I can check a few boxes. A set of contacts. I want to send an email merge, and I can go to tools and select the merge mail option, and here the same pop-up appears, and you can follow the same method we did for the report, but the email will only go to the selected contacts. So that was Apsona's new feature, merge mail. And we saw that given that the template and the report are totally decoupled here in the example we saw, you can use the same template with different reports. For example, if you have a thank you letter for donors who have contributed up to $1,000 signed by a certain company rep, and the same template for donors who have contributed more than $1,000, but this time the letter to be signed by the CEO maybe, all you need to do is map the right username and send of the email merge. The original Apsona report can also be cloned and saved with new filter criteria, and you will be good to go. So this was version 1 of Apsona's merge mail. We will be enhancing the product continuously. If you'd like to try out this new feature, please send us an email to support@apsona.com. Thank you for watching.